Get started. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
good. How are you?
I am amazing. I am superb, superb. I am really happy to host you. You are my first guest, and I'm really excited to share the magic which we did with you did with me. I'm excited to share it with the world. So how are you doing? How is this pandemic situation for you? How are you taking it?
Want to thank you very much for hosting me. Uh, it is a privilege indeed. And yes, today I think both of us put together, let's really try and see how we can make people happy, how we can help people deal with emotions which become so painful that they can't live life happily.
Yeah.
I would really love to feel that in this 1 hour, if even one person feels that something has changed in their life, I think both of us spending that hour together would be worthwhile. So
Perfect.
and it's really amazing that at 11:30 in the night you're looking so fresh. That's really good.
Thank you.
And uh, you have done a lot through whatever we went through. Today you are living the life that you're wanting. Your
Yes.
dream was to travel abroad, live abroad, understand the culture. And thanks to the pandemic, whatever has happened, in one way it's worked for you. So I think how aspirations can really be fulfilled, and how do we really live our dreams, and how do we really live a life that is full of our dreams. I think you have really started walking that path. So I'm sure there's a long journey, but you've taken few steps on the right path. So I'm sure you're going to do well in life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I was just telling everybody before you joined in that
Yeah.
like everybody else, I also had my lows. It was very difficult for me to handle certain situations. Could be it
Yeah.
be it work pressure, be it relationship or anything
Yeah.
emotional. And through your help, I could say not completely because I have I have not been a good student, but I I have become a better person, and I have started thinking in a very different way, and I have uh, almost achieved the bucket list that I had. I have almost ticked everything, so it is of you, and I would really, really like to help our audience here. So, would you like to start? Would you like to introduce? I have introduced you, but would you like
Yeah.
to say something more? Please go ahead.
Yeah. So for those who are seeing me for the first time, I'm a life coach, and my basic purpose or mission in life is to really help people lead a happy life, find a way to really fulfill their dreams. Because uh, as humans, we really have immense, immense potential. Though it's not naturally that we believe in that potential, but that is the truth of life. Human spirit is amazing. If we can condition that, if we train it every day, then there is no limits that we can achieve. And this is proven by so many people. The only unfortunate part is not everyone really works on fulfilling or tapping their potential. So this is my job. I really meet people and I get to know their dreams. It's a beautiful journey that I go through with them. And when they start fulfilling their dreams, it really makes me feel good. So that's one part I do. Second part, what I do is today, like we all know, relationship has become an immense challenge, especially the younger generation. Older generation still survived with each other. I wouldn't say that they were living a happy life, but that time separation and divorce was not a thing. So they stayed together in the marriage for 40, 50, 60 years till the day death keeps them apart. It was not a happy married life, but they stayed together because that was Indian culture.
Hmm.
Today, that's the scenario. And that is because females have become independent. They are economically free to take their own decisions. One way it is good, but because of that, certain change in the equation is resulting in separation, which is not a good thing. So what I do is I really work on people's relationships. So when they see that there is a challenge, I feel that you should start working when you see that it is not good, when you don't feel like seeing each other's face, when you don't feel like spending 24 hours under the same roof. It's time to seek help. And unfortunately, people feel it is a stigma. I don't say that it is a stigma. It's a right thing to do. because ultimately you land up in a divorce, and then you end up in the court and the whole world knows about it. Instead, you better take help at the right time so that you don't land up there. And
Correct.
believe me, most of the times it is not that they are two bad people. They're the right kind of people. They were in the right space. Maybe they just didn't understand each other, because as male and female, we are really two different species. So today, of course, during our session, we'll pick up a few points from there also. And maybe that real small little changes that we would have made, they would have led a happy life. So I feel I really invite people to take help from anyone, any good coach, anyone you feel is a trustworthy person, which is one more important thing, because when you go to a coach, you're really sharing the intimate parts of your life, your private parts of your life, which you wouldn't have shared even with your family. So it definitely has to be a trustworthy person. But once you find that person, please go out and seek help and live a happy life. The other part, what I also take care is how to help people be successful in their business. So since it's 12-15 years that we've done a few businesses, we've really done successful. All what I've learned through my coaching, which I've done to the best. So Tony Robbins and Chloe Madane have started a training organization through which I've graduated. And I'm a strategic intervention coach, which has taught me how do I come up with strategies for startups to really develop and grow very well. So these are the areas that I work. But believe me, the best that I enjoy is not helping them grow business. The best what I enjoy is when I make relationships great, when I really resolve problems, when people get, when they have been through unhappy marriages and then they don't want to get married again. And they're miserable, but they don't want to take the risk of marriage. So when I help them overcome that mental block and they get married and they live a happy life, it really makes me so happy. And of course, helping people live the life of their dreams. I think these two key areas is something which enlightens me. I just love it so much.
I am so glad. And also for people that it's okay, so life coaching, which I believed was, मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि ये सिर्फ ये सिर्फ बड़े लोगों के लिए है, मतलब
की बात
बस उनके लिए है, उनके लिए. बट जब मैंने आपसे पहली बार बात की तो मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि मेरी लाइफ कोचिंग का मतलब ये नहीं है कि चलो तुमने अपनी लाइफ जी ली और अब देखते हैं, अब बदलते हैं. आई थिंक लाइफ कोचिंग बचपन से ही अगर बचपन से ही करवाया जाए तो बच्चे के दिमाग में अगर पहले ही आप बेसिक क्या कहते हैं, बेसिक चीजें हम उनके दिमाग में डाल दो, जैसे एफर्मेशंस हो, उनके सोचने का तरीका अगर कोर बचपन से ही चेंज किया जाए तो आई थिंक वो बेस्ट है. तो ये मुझे बाद में पता चला. सो गाइस, अगर आपके पास कोई भी क्वेश्चंस है, कुछ भी है, आप अपना मेरे दूसरे फोन पे मेरा डीएम चालू है, आप मुझे डायरेक्ट मैसेज कर सकते हैं. मैं आपका नाम नहीं लूंगी, लेकिन मैं इनसे क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी एंड वो आपका जवाब दे देंगे. तो गाइज, कुछ भी है तो आप प्लीज प्लीज अपने क्वेश्चंस पूछिए, क्योंकि आज शी इज हियर टू हेल्प अस. एंड ऑनेस्टली मैंने इनको देखा है, मैं जब इनके घर गई थी मैंने इनको देखा है सुबह 8 बजे से लेकर रात को 11 बजे तक ये सिर्फ फोन पे होती है, दूसरों को हेल्प कर रही होती है, या उनके घर पे जब लोग आते हैं तो उनसे बात कर रही होती है. सो शी इज इन्वेस्टिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम गाइज. उसमें से इन्होंने 1 घंटा मुझे निकाल के दिया है आप सबको हेल्प करने के लिए. तो लेट्स उठाओ पूरा फायदा, है ना.
In fact, the surprising part, Chandni, is that if you want to become a great swimmer, you don't feel ashamed to hire a coach. If you want to be a great tennis player, you choose a coach, which is just a part of your professional life. But when it comes to your real life, which is the biggest journey of life, you feel ashamed hiring a coach. So that's something which I'm sure slowly and steadily will change. And me and my husband, that was our entire journey, that we take this to an average, ordinary human being, not just limited to the rich class or the upper class.
Definitely. Can we say a hi to him just in case he's around? I would love to see him.
Yes, I'll definitely ask him to come by. The most important thing today, what we are here for, is that all of us across the globe are really facing a tough time. And tough time which no one of us ever has experienced. The illness which, the fear is so strong than the illness that मुझे वो illness हो तो नहीं जाएगा. और अगर मैं उसको पकड़ लूंगी तो कैसे पकड़ लूंगी, उस डर से हम ज्यादा जी रहे हैं rather than really the illness. This fear has created so much of immense trauma in people's lives. So one thing that of course we are going through a tough time, of course we've never been through such a thing, but like I said, human spirit is much bigger than any challenge. So instead of living in fear, let's really try and understand how do we fight this fear. Second thing which corona or this pandemic brought to us was, जनरली हम जब बीमार होते हैं ना तो एक चीज एटलीस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड होती है, 4 दोस्त आएंगे, फैमिली मेंबर्स आएंगे, रिलेटिव्स आएंगे, अच्छी अच्छी खाने की चीजें लाएंगे, कुछ गिफ्ट लाएंगे, they'll talk some good things with you, that at least would keep you going. But this illness is such which you isolate from others.
करेक्ट, आप कोई आपसे मिलने भी नहीं आ सकता, मतलब ये तो बेकार तरीके।
यस, तो इमेजिन करो जब सबसे ज्यादा तुम्हें फैमिली की जरूरत है, तुम खुद ही नहीं चाहोगे कि फैमिली आए, बिकॉज उनको भी हो जाएगा।
बिल्कुल।
सो वो और एक चैलेंज है इस बीमारी का, कि दैट इज लीडिंग अस टू आइसोलेशन एंड लोनलीनेस। एंड ऑफ कोर्स क्योंकि हम इस बीमारी को कंट्रोल करना चाह रहे थे, वी वेंट थ्रू अ फेज ऑफ लॉकडाउन, सर्टेन प्लेसेस वी आर स्टिल गोइंग थ्रू, व्हिच इज अबाउट इकोनॉमिक चैलेंजेस। सो वन साइड वी आर फाइटिंग आवर हेल्थ इशू, third side we are fighting loneliness, and we are fighting economic challenges, like some people are facing salary cuts, some people have lost their jobs, kitne sare businesses shut down ho gaye. It really feels bad when you walk through the street, there are so many shops which have got shut down. So in general, fear and anxiety is really prevailing across, and I'm sure this is just not the situation in India. You're sitting in Australia today, the situation would be same everywhere.
Exactly.
So let's really try and understand how do we fight fear and anxiety today. How do we really in this given situation, because we cannot wait कि जिस दिन ये सब सॉल्व हो जाएगा उस दिन मैं अपनी लाइफ नॉर्मल ट्रैक पे ले आऊंगी। हमें नहीं पता है कितने दिन कितने महीने रहने वाला है। तो आज मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ जो कि मैं आज भी एक अच्छी जिंदगी जीऊं, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। Another one problem which has come up is generally in-laws, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law, everyone staying together, but the daughter-in-law would walk out for a job for 10-12 hours. The kid would be in the daycare, and then when they would come together in the evening, they would spend quality time. आज उल्टा हो गया, आज सब एक साथ एक छत के नीचे 24 घंटे हैं, and which is really bringing the worst side of all of us.
Yeah.
So we are experiencing real emotional trauma in so many families. I've been coaching and getting calls from so many people, unnecessary misunderstandings, and people stepping out and then walking, they cannot go anywhere, and they're staying under the same roof, they don't want to look at each other. So that's really become very harmful. So I thought that that is why that day when we spoke, and I thought it would be a great idea if we can really take these views to them, and if that can help them improve their family life, it'll really be great.
Lovely. Bilkul.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes, how are you going about this pandemic, living there all alone?
Okay, I think the only person in this whole world who is happy with this pandemic is me. I am out of the house. I can go wherever I want to with the mask and of course the precautions. But Australian government was very, very strict with their lockdown, very strict with their rules, and due to which we had a lot of cases, but eventually it has decreased, and so अभी धीरे धीरे lockdown खुल रहा है, parks खुल रहे हैं, but it's different. It's nice for me because now that I'm alone, and I am at home and I have nobody to talk to, I have nobody to entertain, I have nobody telling me things, what to do, what not to do. So here, this was a very big change in my life because I could finally become independent. I could what I have to, because अभी आप घर पे बैठे हो, आपके पास कुछ नहीं है करने के लिए, आपके दिमाग में 1000 थॉट्स आएंगे, तो वो सारी चीजें हैं कि मुझ में क्या गलत है, क्यों ऐसा सोच रही हूँ मैं, क्यों इतने बुरे स्टेट में हूँ मैं, वो सारी चीजें मेरे साथ भी हुई, सारी नेगेटिव थॉट्स आए, शिट अब तो क्या करूंगी, अब पैसे कैसे कमाएंगे, बिकॉज इंडस्ट्री जो हमारी इंडस्ट्री है वो तो मिनिमम 70 to 80 पीपल का क्रू और कास्ट होता है, तो हमारी इंडस्ट्री शुरू होने बहुत मुश्किल है। तो वही थॉट्स आ रहे थे कि अब मेरे पास जॉब नहीं है, मैं एक अलग कंट्री में हूँ, यहाँ कैसे सर्वाइव करूंगी, और अब क्या मतलब व्हाट नेक्स्ट, और घर पे बैठे बैठे कुछ नहीं हो रहा दिमाग। बट देन आई थॉट कि यार अगर हम देखो अब घर पर बैठना ही है, अब सैड होकर बैठो या खुश होकर बैठो, घर पे बैठना है, तो वो सारी चीजें अब मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ जो मैंने नहीं की। तो बिकॉज घर में मॉम है, वो कुक करती हैं, तो मैंने कभी किया ही नहीं। और मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझसे इतना प्यार करते हैं कि उन्होंने मुझे कभी बोला ही नहीं कि यार तुम ये सीखो वो सीखो। अब जब अलग कंट्री में हूँ तो पता है सारे काम खुद करने, तो मैंने यहाँ कुकिंग सीख ली, मैंने अकेले रहना सीख लिया, मैंने अपने पैसे मैनेज करना सीख लिए। और जो जो चीज मैंने नहीं की थी, जैसे मैं डांस क्लास ज्वाइन करना चाहती थी, फिर अब तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, तो व्हाट इज द अदर ऑल्टरनेटिव, तो यूट्यूब से देख देख के या कोई कोई वीडियोस देख देख के वो डांस सीख रही थी। तो ऐसे मैंने अपने आप को बिजी रखा है। सो आई बिलीव कि दिस लॉकडाउन हैज गॉट द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ मी। सो पहले आई अगर पहले पूछते तो शायद मैं बोलती यार नहीं, बट नाउ I think I am very happy with myself. So this has done very good to me. बाकियों को पता नहीं।
So this is exactly what I was here to share. We can start with that. That the most important thing is that there is this thing called as mind. We all know, right? One is a conscious mind and one is a subconscious mind. अभी subconscious mind मतलब क्या कि हम जिसको direct नहीं कर सकते हैं, जो अंदर है, and it is very effective. How does this work? So if you see that unfortunate death that occurred in your industry a few days back, there were pictures which are coming, very sad pictures, and people were circulating it everywhere. Everyone was going through that pain. So what we really did was we were actually going through that message again and again and again and feeling miserable. So I think what is important, दूसरा अभी जो शुरू हो गया, जैसे हम पहले ना टेस्ट मैच होते थे तो क्रिकेट का स्कोर अपडेट देखते थे, किसका क्या हो रहा है, किसका क्या हो रहा है। आज हम कोरोना वायरस का अपडेट देख रहे हैं, किस कंट्री में कितने मर गए, कहाँ पे ज्यादा बढ़ गया, कहाँ कम हो। So the news is what you get up in the morning and your first update, thanks to the media also, the first update is कितने और ज्यादा cases बढ़ गए। You're unintentionally, unknowingly feeding your mind with fear and anxiety. So guys, the first important thing is really choose what are you feeding. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हमने देख लिया, हमको क्या फर्क, हमने तो कुछ किया नहीं। Everything that you look at, everything that you connect to, everything that you feel stacks in your mind, and that is how then these emotions come out. So emotions just don't happen to us, we are taking efforts for those emotions to happen. So first part, very important, is filter what you're really choosing.
I'm going to take a paper and write down, like okay. I'm not missing this session out at all. Sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to tell you that I want to take a pen and paper and I want to write down everything. And guys, I think you guys should also do it. आज नहीं तो कल आप जरूर thank you बोलोगे इस बात को.
Yeah, I wish that happens to you, that people come back to you and say that it was worth it. And so that's the first. Yes. So the first thing is really enhance that filter of your life. तो सोशल मीडिया, आज हम घर बैठे हैं, जहां आप अकेले हो, you can't even avoid that. But exactly. Pick up what is good for you. Pick up what is positive for you. Pick up what is helping you build a positive side of you. Don't just keep scrolling through anything and everything that is coming your way. Guys, you may feel that मैंने एक ही सेकंड उस पर बिताया, पर वो एक एक सेकंड भी कहीं ना कहीं अगर मेरे से अटैच है, मेरे से जुड़ा हुआ है, तो मुझे तकलीफ होगी। तो मुझे पता चला कि किसी की डेथ हो गई, मुझे तकलीफ होती है। एज ए ह्यूमन आई एम कनेक्टेड। किसी को बीमारी हो गई, कहीं किसी को पता चल गया, यहाँ कंटेनमेंट जोन हो गया, यहाँ ये हो गया, कंटिन्यूअसली यू फीडिंग योरसेल्फ विद फियर, एंजाइटी, एंड देन व्हेन यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग एंग्शियस, यू वंडर यार मुझे क्यों एंजाइटी हो रही है। अरे भाई, इतने दिनों से जो हम फीड कर रहे हो उसका कहीं ना कहीं तो नतीजा निकलना है। इट्स लाइक आप मिक्सर में बताओ चांदनी, इफ यू पुट इन ऑरेंज एंड यू गोना यूज मिक्सर, and when you open up the jar, you pour it in the glass, what juice are you going to get? Orange juice. An orange, right? Orange. But best part is log orange डाल के apple juice expect करते हैं, which means that if I'm feeding all negative emotions and negative stuff, naturally I become negative. Positive कहाँ से आएगा? तो मुझे बहुत मेहनत करनी है to see where am I really picking up information from, any source that you're picking up, get connected to best things in life, which will keep you happy, which will keep you healthy, which will keep you positive. That's my first important point, which I feel I need to share, that filter what is going on in your mind. What is that you're picking up from the environment?
बिल्कुल. Go around you.
Yes.
So
Second thing is, yeah, please go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you. Okay, so I have
Yeah.
now that I'm here, I live with 3 other people in the same house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of them works. One of them has, like, no matter what lockdown था तभी भी उसे because he's into construction, तो उन्हें बाहर जाना पड़ता था. He had to go every day. There were
Yeah.
other people in the house who were working from home, but
Yeah.
वो ना कहीं इतने परेशान हो गए थे, वो घर से निकलते नहीं थे. अगर निकलते थे तो सिर्फ ग्रोसरी के लिए, लेकिन अपने ग्लव्स वगैरह पहनकर, सारे सेफ्टी लेकर. पर वो इतने ज्यादा डर गए थे. और अब वेदर भी चेंज हो रहा है, यहाँ बहुत ठंड है, राइट? तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा बुखार हो गया, थोड़ा तो वो डर जाते थे. और वो
Absolutely.
और मैंने उनका ट्रांजिशन देखा है, वो बहुत ज्यादा डरे हुए थे. दे वर सो स्कैर्ड, couldn't sleep properly, they couldn't eat properly. I have not eating at all for, I don't know, days. तो वो इतने ज्यादा ये हो गए. You tell me, what do I tell them? I don't know if they're watching the live, but what do I tell them, or how do I get them out of this? Because हर छोटी बात पे वो इतना परेशान हो जाते हैं. जैसे अब बीच में सब ठीक था, अब क्या हुआ है ना कि अब थोड़े केसेस बढ़ गए दोबारा.
हाँ.
यहाँ कि हमने कम्प्लीटली यहाँ खुल गया, तो 12 केसेस बढ़ गए हैं. तो अब वो फिर वो फियर, एंजाइटी मुझे दिख रही है उनमें, और इतनी ज्यादा कि वो छोटी सी छोटी चीज होते थे वो डॉक्टर के पास भागते थे, which is a good thing. लेकिन I believe they're just 24, 25 years old, and they got a blood pressure machine, and I used to initially laugh that पागल हो क्या, 25 साल के हो, तुमको क्या ही होगा, तुम घर से बाहर भी निकलते हो. But then I eventually उस इंसान को क्या बीत रही होगी, मतलब इतना ज्यादा एंजाइटी कि he this. So what do you think I should tell them?
Yes. So the most important thing is, चांदनी, के जो हमारे आजू बाजू हो रहा है उसका हम क्या मतलब निकालते हैं. What is the meaning that I'm giving to what is happening around me generates emotions. Like for example, लॉकडाउन जब हुआ, अब इस लॉकडाउन में कुछ लोग ऐसे थे, अरे यार हम ऐसे कैसे रह सकते हैं, ऐसे क्यों घर में रह सकते हैं, कोई मुझे क्यों बांध देगा, मैंने ऐसे नहीं जीना है, मैं ये क्यों करूं, मैं वो क्यों करूं, मुझे नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है, मैं ये सुनने नहीं वाला हूँ, अरे घर से बाहर ऐसे. अगर मैं यही सोच रखने वाली हूँ, it is not going to help me. It is going to pull me down. Anger and frustration is going to stem out of my life. For some people, oh God, इतना ज्यादा spread हो रहा है, मतलब they have become paranoid. घर से बाहर निकलते हैं तो they're sanitizing themselves. घर के अंदर आते हैं, they're sanitizing. दूध सैनिटाइज, खाना सैनिटाइज, ग्रोसरी सैनिटाइज. कहाँ तक करोगे तुम, right? So there are so many doctors who are actually telling that you don't have to really get psyched about all this. It is not such a big issue. Few basic things which you need to do and you'll be able to deal with it. तो हम, जो मैंने बोला कि जो हम सुन रहे हैं, फर्स्ट वो ध्यान रखना है कि हम कहाँ से सुन रहे हैं, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है या नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है. अभी मेडिकली अगर हमको एडवाइस चाहिए तो डॉक्टर्स आर देयर, राइट? एंड डॉक्टर्स आर गिविंग द राइट एडवाइस. जस्ट वेयर अ मास्क, यू आर डन. यू स्टेप आउट ऑफ द हाउस, व्हेन यू कम इन सैनिटाइज, यू आर डन. आपने हर चीज धोने की और उसको फिर स्टोर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सो दिस इज व्हाट यू नीड टू रियली अंडरस्टैंड. आई डोंट वांट यू टू चूज फियर. I'll give you another one example. There's a friend of mine who's running a hospital. Naturally, with this corona, staff is occupied in looking at those cases, is training them, is taking care of them. तो उसमें से एक बंदे को दोपहर में पता चला कि शायद सिम्टम्स, जो तुम बोल रहे हो ना, सिम्टम्स लग रहे हैं कोरोना के, और उसको टेस्ट करने बोला. You won't believe it, the most unfortunate part, before the test results came in, he died out of heart attack.
Oh shit.
That fear was so strong in him that that led him to death, not coronavirus. So boss, the fact is, आज अगर हो भी रहा है तो we are recovering. It is not everyone who's dying. So let's really feed our brain with good news, with people who are recovering, because finally दो चीज चाहिए हमको यहाँ, एक physical immunity and second mental immunity. How do you build physical immunity? All of us know if you do any kind of exercise, start your day with yoga, it could be some gym exercises which your trainer have given you. आज अगर देखो तो पूरे मीडिया भरे पड़े कितने एक्सरसाइज आप घर में कर सकते हो, करो ना एक आधा पौना घंटा. जस्ट ट्रेन योर बॉडी टू इंक्रीज योर इम्यूनिटी. हम सबको पता है आंवला जूस बोलो, नींबू पानी बोलो, सुबह अगर आपने पिया तो आपकी इम्यूनिटी लेवल्स अच्छे होते हैं. विटामिन सी बिल्ड्स योर इम्यूनिटी. रात को आप दूध हल्दी पियो, इट रियली बिल्ड्स योर इम्यूनिटी. Do that, that's physical. And most important, what we are discussing today is mental immunity. How do you increase this mental immunity? So what do I think and understand of the situation outside is the meaning I give to what is happening outside. Because meaning is what which generates emotion. Like for example, एक job interview के लिए आप गए हो और आप select नहीं.
Just in case, I'm writing down for all my audience, for them to know that पीछे ऐसे ही नहीं देख रही, मैं लिख रही हूँ, इसके लिए देख रही हूँ. Just for my, you know it.
Yes. तो अगर आप job interview के लिए गए हो और whatever reasons you were not selected. Now either you can give a meaning that the job was not meant for me and I was not meant for them. So I can look out something where both of us can tally. They are interested in my skills and I'm interested in where my skills can grow. Or you can say उन्होंने मुझे reject किया, मतलब I'm not worth it, I'm not capable. तो दो लोग एक ही इंटरव्यू फेस करके ये दो अलग अलग कंक्लूजन पे आ सकते हैं. अभी वो कंक्लूजन हमको ऐसे लगता है हम अपने आप नहीं, वो अपने आप नहीं होता है. हम चूज कर सकते हैं कि हम क्या कंक्लूजन निकाले जो भी हमारे आसपास हो रहा है उससे. सो इफ आई टेक एम्पावरिंग मीनिंग्स, पॉजिटिव मीनिंग्स फ्रॉम व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, वी लिव अ पॉजिटिव लाइफ. लाइक लॉकडाउन, व्हाट डिड इट ब्रिंग टू अस? आई थिंक इट ब्रॉट अस टुगेदरनेस फॉर फैमिली. जो parents, for example, mother would step out of the house, the child would keep craving for the mother. Today she has all the time, so instead of feeling hyper and sensitive about it, really take care, because कल हम वापस वो जिंदगी में चले जाएंगे, and that time you'll feel guilty that you didn't spend time with your child. Do it today, right? We were cooking together, we were cleaning together, so there was so much of harmony and happiness in the environment. Why? Because that was the meaning I gave to the lockdown, that आज हमको वक्त है जहाँ हम 24 घंटे साथ में हैं. Let's really make the best of it. So getting up, we really planned our day. Work was on. I learned new technologies. I in fact graduated through a new course that I had started when this lockdown happened. So believe me, I stretched myself much more than what it was before in this lockdown. And that is how I could make the best of it. That is why I was in a very high emotional state. बहुत सारी नई चीजें देखी, जैसे आज मैं फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम लाइव ऑन इंस्टा, इट्स द फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम डूइंग इट, सो न्यू थिंग आई हैव लर्नड, राइट? सो व्हेनेवर यू लर्न समथिंग न्यू, व्हेन यू आर ग्रोइंग, यू फील हैप्पी. तो मुझे ये देखना है कि जो मेरे आजू बाजू हो रहा है उसका मैं क्या मीनिंग अपने लाइफ में लेती हूँ. एंड व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट? बिकॉज दैट मीनिंग जनरेट्स इमोशन. सो लाइक आई सेड, one guy will say, nahi, I am not a fit here and they are not fit for me, so let me look out for the next one where I'll be a fit. That is how you'll grow together, right? So it is a choice you make on what do you really derive from that incident that happens with you or a situation that you go through. That depends what emotions you're going to feel. So that was the first part of it. Second, हम में आपस में, मतलब हम अंदर अगर झांके तो कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जब चीजें हमारे कंट्रोल के बाहर होती हैं, जो हम नहीं समझ पाते हैं या जो मेरे अगेंस्ट जा रही हैं, तो the natural reaction is anger, irritation. They to an extent become violent. So it is going towards the aggressive side. कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जो उनके हिसाब से जब चीजें नहीं चलती हैं, they go low, they get depressed, they feel lazy, they don't just want to lift themselves from the bed. So they actually different people from the same situation. जब भी something which is not working as per what I want. So in fact, today when I was thinking over this, I said that let's really put this up for people to read. So there are two kind of people which are between us. One is a yogi. Who's this yogi? Yogi who's calm, who's peaceful, who's happy, who's really warm, who's really cute. The other side is a warrior who's ready to fight, who can win over situation, who can go all out and achieve. That is also there in us. Abhi, if I am the first one, which is feels defeated, feels low, gets depressed when things are not working your way, then go ahead and tap that warrior in you. If you bring out that warrior, you'll be able to fight the situation. For example, like for me, मैं बचपन में I was like that. So if things didn't go my way, I feel low, and I would put myself in the corner in one room. I grew up, yes. So I learned to tap the warrior in me. Through my self-help books, I realized that you can tap the warrior in you. My husband is exactly opposite. If you have seen him when things don't go his way in his childhood, he was the aggressive kind. So if people like this tap the yogi within, you live a happy life. Today, both of us, two different personalities, are coexisting happily with each other because we know to tap the right resource.
Right. Yes.
Yes. So the important question is, then how do you tap these two people?
Yeah, and I was actually that after we finish every topic, if you could just give us a small exercise of how do we go about it, because I have a question here. Somebody saying कि बोलना बहुत आसान है कि हम करें, मतलब बोलना बहुत आसान है पर करें कैसे ये, मतलब भी कोशिश कर लें अपने आप को बोलने की कि यार नहीं नहीं पॉजिटिव सोचते हैं लेकिन हम कर वही रहे हैं, मतलब जैसे अपने बबल में रहते हैं जैसे मैं थी.
यस.
तो उस
तो
बबल
उसके
से
लिए तो इसके लिए छोटी छोटी चीजें करनी है जो मैं आज तुमको दे रही हूँ. जैसे फर्स्ट मैंने बोला ध्यान रखो आप क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन उठा रहे हो. दूसरा जो चीज कर सकते हो, जैसे मैं और चांदनी हम दोनों उस साइड से आते हैं जहां हम दुखी हो जाते हैं और एक कॉर्नर में बैठ जाते हैं. तो इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू टैप द वॉरियर विद इन. तो क्या करना है मुझे, रोज सुबह जब मैं उठूं, मैं फ्रेश हो जाऊं, उसके बाद 2 क्वेश्चंस मुझे अपने आप को पूछने हैं. पहला क्वेश्चन, इन माई पास्ट the life that I've led, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, जो भी आपकी उम्र है, what are the moments that I'm really proud of? क्या मैंने ऐसा अचीव किया है लाइफ में जिसको सोच के मुझे अपने आप पे गर्व होता है? What am I really proud about? And jot down those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moments, जो भी आपके ध्यान में आता है वो jot down कीजिए. दूसरा, what am I truly grateful for? ऐसा क्या मेरी जिंदगी में हुआ है जिसके वजह से मैं शुक्रगुजार हूं, किसी इंसान की, किसी सिचुएशन की, भगवान की, जिसके भी यू आर रियली ट्रूली ग्रेटफुल फॉर. एंड थर्ड थिंग, व्हाट आर यू रियली हैप्पी अबाउट? व्हाट वर द हैप्पी मोमेंट्स ऑफ योर लाइफ? रोज अगर आप ये लिखोगे, once you got the answers to all these 3 questions, I repeat, first, what you have achieved that you're really proud of. Second, what are you really happy about? And third, what you're grateful. अभी ये जो moments आपने लिखे हैं, after that, shut your eyes and really go into that moment and relive those moments. जब आप ये moments वापस जीते हो, तो आप वो subconscious mind में ये अच्छी चीजें डाल रहे हो. And when I feel proud, I believe I can achieve it. That is how the warrior inside me comes up and helps me fight the situation.
That's lovely. And to a little छोटी टिप्पणी कि उठते ही सीधा करना होता है. उठ के वो जो हमारा रेगुलर चीज है ना, फोन उठा के देखो नींद से और फिर करो, ये तब नहीं करना है. ये मुझे था, इसलिए मैं छोटी टिप्पणी आप लोग को दे रही हूँ.
और दूसरे वो लोग होते हैं जो मेरे हस्बैंड की तरह थे, तो उन्होंने सेम प्रोसेस विद डिफरेंट क्वेश्चंस. So what are these different questions? This could be, what are the moments that I'm really grateful for, which is common. What am I really happy about is common. And what do I look beyond and think that मैंने ऐसा क्या किया है लाइफ में जिससे मैंने किसी और को खुशी दी हो, किसी और को सुख दिया हो.
What have I done that has made
others happy?
Others.
Yes. And the process is same. आपने वो moment सीखना है, आपने वापस आंख बंद करके वही चीजें वापस देखनी है. Believe me, when you finish that exercise, you will feel so refreshed. गुस्सा अपने आप बाहर निकल जाएगा, frustration बाहर, and you will be a new one. पर चांदनी, इसमें सच ये भी है, जैसे जिम का मेंबरशिप लेने से मेरा वजन कम नहीं होता.
बिल्कुल.
उसके लिए रोज जिम जाना पड़ता है और 1 घंटा उसको देना पड़ता है. सेम वे इमोशनली अपने आप को आपको रोज ट्रेन करना है. Then it works. It cannot be कि आज मैं दुखी और अभी मैं क्या करूं. Very difficult. Every day, if you remove some time, because end of the day, all of us want to live a happy life. Who doesn't want, right?
Correct.
And I can't put the time.
पहले से ही आगे आने वाली के लिए आप एकदम स्ट्रांग रहो.
Yes. So I think that is the second thing that you can do. That अपने आप में झांको और देखो कि मैं कहाँ जाती हूँ. अगर मैं
So
God
I sorry. Thank you.
yes. तो अगर मैं दुख के तरफ जाती हूँ, लो हो जाती हूँ, then I tap the warrior. और अगर मैं aggressive होती हूँ तो I tap the yogi with you. So I think that's my second take. Any other thing that you would like to ask?
I think eventually मैं बीच में पूछते जा रही थी आपको, तो
Yeah.
आप you please continue your session. I'll keep asking you.
Yes. So another thing is, like I said, it's a choice that we make. मैंने बीमारी ले लेनी है, उसके बाद में इलाज कराऊं, या prevention is better? I
Prevent.
generally believe prevention is better than cure, right? So this is one way, like I said, you can do this exercise in the morning. The other way that you can train your mind is really going through morning meditation. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आप खुद से ये नहीं कर सकते हो, so there is a morning meditation which I've designed and I've put it on my YouTube channel also. I've put it on my page also. You can just get up in the morning. It's okay if you feel that आपको चाय पी के सुबह fresh feel होता है. It's fine. But whenever you feel you're awake, if you're not awake, you can do some physical exercise, which either can be stretch up, it can be warm, or it can be even breathing. Even if you do good breathing, your mind becomes active. और उसके बाद आप वो अगर 10-12 मिनट उस स्टेप पे बिताओ, you will be able to tap good things in life. So that is another thing that you can do. It is about following a morning meditation. और मैं ये जानती हूँ कि कितनी भी बिजी हमारी जिंदगी क्यों ना हो, हम सब के पास 15-20 मिनट होते हैं जो हम खुद पे इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं to live a happy life, to live positive, to really be happy throughout the day. So that is something that you can really do.
Correct.
Listen
So
to
meditation on your YouTube channel.
It is on my YouTube channel. In fact, I can send you the link and you can send it to everyone whoever wants it. Yes, so that they can listen to this just 10-15 minutes of the day in the morning, and it really starts giving you that results. There are so many people. Is lockdown, I can give you one more example. So there's a friend of mine who actually is an asthma patient.
Okay.
And उसकी बच्ची को भी थोड़ी सी तकलीफ है because she's a mother. The child has also got some symptoms. So when this entire thing happened, we all knew it was related to cold, cough and fever. Corona was starting from there. So initially she was so anxious कि उसको रात को 3-3, 4-4 बजे तक नींद नहीं आती थी. And then one day she called me up and she said, you know that this is what I'm going through. I'm not able to sleep. What do I do? So I sent her this link, and believe me, from the very first day that she started going through this, it calmed her so much कि वो सुबह सुनती थी और रात को सोने के पहले सुनती थी वो. And she was able to sleep peacefully. In a week's time, she got back to her routine life, and today she's really enjoying the lockdown period with her husband and her child.
That's amazing.
So it's really, yes. So that was one thing that you can really do in terms of training your mind. Finally, end of the day, अगर जिंदगी मेरी है और मुझे अच्छी तरह से जीनी है, तो मेहनत तो मुझे लेनी पड़ेगी. कोई और नहीं कर सकता वो मेरे लिए.
बिल्कुल.
Yes. So another thing that, yes.
No. Please continue.
Yes. Another thing I feel that let's really discuss 3-4 common emotions which people go through, which are negative. So one of the emotion that generally people go through is anger. कोई भी चीज जो मेरे हिसाब से नहीं है तो गुस्सा मुझे आता है. गुस्सा is the purpose of something which didn't go my way. So whenever I feel angry, it is time to really check what am I angry about. Perceptions can be different for different people. तो मुझे जो लग रहा था जरूरी नहीं वो सामने वाले को लग रहा हो, या मुझे जो फील हुआ वो सामने वाले को फील हुआ हो, और मैं अपने आप में अपसेट हो गई कि ये इस हिसाब से नहीं हुआ तो वो गलत हुआ. I think there it is important to really check what is going wrong. So anger most of the times it can be either on yourself कि मैंने ये सोचती हूँ कि मैं ये करना है, मुझे रोज सुबह उठ के 1 घंटा एक्सरसाइज करना है, मैं नहीं कर पा रही हूँ और मैं फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हूँ. It may be an anger up to my standards. So then plan and decide how do you really do it. Reflect, because anger is something, if it is channelized, it's the most helpful thing. It's energy, right? So instead of fighting that anger, really work on what am I angry about. The another part which I feel very important for females, especially, we feel hurt very soon. मेरा था, मुझे ये उम्मीद थी, सामने वाले ने फोन करना चाहिए था, मुझे 12 बजे कॉल एक्सपेक्टेड था, 12:30 बजे तक नहीं आया, और वो 12:31 को अगर आ गया कॉल तो मैं भूल जाती हूँ कि मेरा बर्थडे है, एंड आई ब्लास्ट. नाउ व्हाट हैज हैपेंड, सामने वाले के साथ क्या हुआ मुझे नहीं पता, पर मैंने मेरा दिन खराब कर लिया. So I feel hurt is again something which we really need to understand, that what am I communicating with myself. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि मैं जो assumptions लगा रही हूँ वो सही नहीं है. It also happens between husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, because as men and women we are two different people, species all together. तो जो चीज मैं कोई इंसिडेंट को या ओकेजन को लेके फील करती हूँ, वो शायद मेरे हस्बैंड या मेरे बॉयफ्रेंड फील नहीं कर रहे हैं. And they're surprised that what has happened all of a sudden? Why is she so hurt? I didn't do anything like this. So it is not to do with him or her. It is to do with what you felt. Communicate that to that other person. They say the first year of our marriage, there were so many things which initially when I felt that, अरे मुझे तो ये उम्मीद थी और ये नहीं हुआ और मुझे बुरा लग रहा है. So like I said, I don't go into the anger mode. I go into suppressing mode. So when I used to go low, he used to realize, and he would ask me what went wrong. Slowly, when I was, luckily I was going through these coaching sessions and I was learning a lot on psychology, I understood that it is all about we being two different species. And I learned to communicate with him. तो मैं वो पहले ही बता देती कि मुझे आज ये दिन से ये उम्मीद थी, या कल मुझे ये चाहिए था और आपने नहीं किया इसीलिए मुझे तकलीफ हुई या मुझे बुरा लगा. Now I have taught him how to deal with this. He learned it and he started doing it. हर्ट कम हो गया, कम्युनिकेशन बढ़ गया, रिश्ता बढ़ गया, राइट. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स इट इज अबाउट just having two different perceptions. It is not about that other person wanting to hurt you. Important in life is to really realize that our close people, the intention is very clear. They are here to protect you, take care of you. Their actions may prove something else which could be my assumption. तो वो assume करके अंदर ही अंदर घुटना और उस फीलिंग को पालना to the extent that either I blast or I suppress and I go low, उससे अच्छा communicate करो. So one more important thing that you can do to keep yourself emotionally fit is communication. But communication in a good way. मतलब वहां तक नहीं रुको कि मुझे ब्लास्ट करने की जरूरत है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक ओकेजन है जिसमें मैंने तकलीफ हुई है मुझे, वो ओकेजन बाद में आएगा ना वापस. Correct. So this happened, don't ruin the day. Next day when both of you are calm, have a chat. Correct. And resolve it. Correct. When you start resolving things, relationships grow. Correct.
We have somebody texting here, so it's a long I'm going to read. Yeah. To get into negative spirit, it gets difficult to come out, and many times you don't get the right guidance. Like, what if I wouldn't have find this live session right now, I wouldn't be feeling calm. Okay, Bunny, thank you so much. Just a compliment.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Bunny. In fact, that is the reason जब से ये lockdown हुआ है, me and my husband are really trying to build videos. We are uploading it everywhere for free for people to just go and tap those resources. So, Bunny, for you and for everyone whom you know, please just send this message across. I've been just writing it for the first time in my life. I've really used the media to only spread this message. That boss, just don't do anything. Even if you listen to what I'm talking every day, it'll help you lead a happy life. And these are posted everywhere. On any page you go, whether it is LinkedIn, whether it's YouTube, whether it is Insta, whatever that I've shot, whatever that I've learned, I'm really spreading it for free for people to live a happy life. Because friends, the truth is that we are going through a tough time. Until when, we are not aware. So let's really be together in this. Let's fight this together and win over together. And I know that human spirit is such that we'll come out victorious. मुझे पता है कि 5 साल बाद 10 साल बाद शायद चांदनी जब बुढ़ी होगी और अपने ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन से बात कर रही होगी तो बोलेगी कि एक वक्त वो था जब कोरोना हुआ था और वो पैंडेमिक में हम ऐसे ऐसे लड़े और ये हुआ. They'll become beautiful stories of your life on how you fought this tough situation. So really, let's use this time to tap within ourselves. Find out what you can really encourage within you. And of course, one more important thing is spiritual feeding. हम लोगों को ना spirituality has become very बिकॉज इंडिया में ये काफी रहा है तो हमको स्पिरिचुअलिटी मतलब अंधविश्वास हो गया. नो, दैट्स नॉट स्पिरिचुअलिटी. स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज staying connected to the universe in whatever form it may be. There are different ways to get connected. Like I've been a spiritual person from the very beginning, and for last 18 years I'm following a life philosophy which has really helped me. I use that power to keep me positive. तो आप जो करना चाहते हो, आई एम नॉट सेइंग हर एक को अपने अपने अलग अलग तरीके से यू गेट दैट फीलिंग, but whatever can connect you to the universe so that you tap that universal life force and you feel excited, you feel energetic, you feel enthusiastic. Whether you look at science, which is metaphysics, आज अगर आप देखो तो US and everywhere people are tapping spiritualism to metaphysics, which is talking about the entire universal energy. What is this universe all about? It is either about positive energy or negative energy. अगर आप कोरोना देखो, साइक्लोन देखो, earthquakes देखो, ये जो भी हो रहा है, what is the end result? It is trying to tell us, the universe is trying to tell us that there is lot of negative energy. Now, negative energy is anyways there so much outside. If I am contributing to that negative energy, how will I resolve the problem?
Exactly.
Instead, अगर universe में देखो, especially on the planet Earth, we as humans are the people who can create that positive energy. So let's connect to ourselves and to others to spread positivity. Let's connect to that universal power and pray. हर रोज थोड़ा सा वक्त निकालो to pray for others. Believe me, it makes you feel so good.
Yeah.
We have really enhanced our prayers, which we would do 2.5 hours. Like you know, it used to be a usual thing for me to chant. Today I'm spending 4 hours a day because I feel the earth really has to heal. People have to heal. And imagine, I'm happy that you're safe and sound. But what would be happening to your parents here with any news that would be coming in Australia? Exactly. Same way, हम सब आज का दौर ऐसा है कि हमारी फैमिली बिखरी होती है, हम सब एक साथ नहीं रहते हैं. तो हमने वो ध्यान रखना है कि अगर मुझे चाहिए कि मेरा बच्चा, मेरा भाई, मेरी बहन, मेरे माँ, मेरे पिताजी, मेरे हस्बैंड, everyone, let's just send them prayers through this universal force which reaches and spread positivity. So friends, whatever way that you believe in, whichever God you believe, universal power you believe in energy, you believe in yoga, whatever way, please spread prayers for everyone to be healed, for everyone to be happy, for everyone to be together. Isolation is not a solution. I know physical distancing is required, but let's not isolate each other. Thanks to the technology, today we can see each other and talk. Exactly. उतना ही वो मिल जाता है अगर हम वो कोशिश करें. So connect to people, but connect to people to not discuss कितने cases बढ़ गए. Connect to people not for कितने deaths हो गए. Connect to people not for मालूम how many people are getting depressed. No, connect to people to spread positivity. आज क्या अच्छा हुआ मेरी जिंदगी में, तुम्हारी जिंदगी में क्या अच्छा हुआ, आज मैंने क्या नया सीखा, आज मैंने क्या नया दिया. What can I give to this world? Because that's the only power that as humans we have. We have this mind which can help us think. Let's really utilize this. Believe me, Chandni, लोगों को लगता है कि emotions are wrong thing. Even before coaching, I used to always feel emotions are the most resourceful thing that we have. If I can stay positive, if I can stay enthusiastic, if I can stay happy, if I can stay warm, तो इससे बड़ी ताकत नहीं है. बिल्कुल. अगर मैं रोज कोशिश करूं मेरी हिम्मत बढ़ाने की, इट्स अमेजिंग. अगर मैं रोज कोशिश करूं मेरी एनर्जी बढ़ाने की, इट्स अमेजिंग, राइट? सो लाइक यू गो टू द जिम, सेम वे एवरी डे train yourself to be emotionally fit. Believe me, that will help you to not reach a state where that moment comes and you take the choice of giving up your life. Life itself becomes a burden. So don't reach there, dear friends. Take the first step today, from now, that every day you will do anything what I've suggested. But use all these resources to really stay happy, stay emotionally fit. Create and spread so much of positivity that this world turns out to be a much better place after this corona ends. True. And that, I think, is the message that I want to give through this platform that we are talking today, that boss, we're all same. Humans are all across the same. Whether it is a man or a woman or an old or a young or a kid, we all need love. We all need warmth. We all need care. We all feel good when someone takes care of us. That's what you need to do to the other person. And believe me, This is a matter of fact of life. That मैं अगर अच्छा करती हूँ ना, तो सामने वाले को तो फर्क पड़ता ही है, पर मुझे भी अच्छा लगता है.
Exactly. बहुत कम
Time.
साथ ऐसा होता है, but I think अगर सारे लोग ऐसे सोचना शुरू कर दें, तो
Yeah,
will be a better place to live. So we
absolutely.
question NT. We
Yeah,
have two questions actually.
yeah,
Uh, Somebody saying, I tend to feel very low and stressed when things don't work my way. And I have been battling anxiety issues since last 3 years now. So what do I do?
yeah. So first thing, though, if you're feeling anxious, go to that part of your life and accept it. Now, anxiety, generally, brain actually is designed to protect us. इसका जो दिया गया है हमको, it is only meant to protect us. तो तभी हमको पता चलता है, ये आग जल रही है तो मैं अगर हाथ डालूंगी तो जल जाऊंगी, ये खड्डा अगर मैंने पैर डाला तो मैं गिर जाऊंगी. So it was meant to protect us, to keep us alert.
Correct.
अगर वो पार्ट overuse हो जाता है तो it reaches the stage of anxiety. So first part is really be thankful to that space of yours, that yes, it is asking you to be cautious and alert. If you keep fighting or resisting that, then it will grow. So really appreciate that part of your life. Talk to yourself and say that thank you for keeping me alert. And then jot down what is making you feel anxious. कई बार ना fear or anxiety is illusion. It is not the fact. But because हम उस तरफ देखना ही नहीं चाहते, वो बढ़ते रहता है. So
Correct.
then really write down what is that I'm feeling anxious about. Believe me, you'll be able to find a solution to it. And if that is not possible, then the best way is to choose faith over fear.
Correct.
And faith, like I said, spiritualism is not about being trendy. It is about connecting to yourself and connecting to the universal power. So dear friends, faith is the only solution to fight fear and anxiety. There is no other way. क्या? That way is yours. Today, thanks to Google बाबा, बहुत सारी चीजें वैसे भी अवेलेबल है. एंड आजू बाजू पूछो तो मतलब फ्री एडवाइस आपको बहुत मिल जाएगी. बट कहीं से भी पिक अप समथिंग विच इज सूटेबल टू यू, whatever you feel connected to. But start practicing faith instead of fear. You will see your anxiety will reduce. And like I told you, that if you're feeling anxious, please use my morning meditation. Believe me, it will help you fight anxiety like it has helped my friend. So that is something which you can do.
Correct. This is going to help me sleep. We have another question.
Yeah.
For a person like someone who takes everything, like keeps everything inside and is waiting to burst it out, but eventually emotions overpower and the thing never comes out. Like
Yes.
you want, okay. I'm just checking if the other message is also about the same thing. Okay. So somebody who keeps everything within himself and
Yeah.
is unhappy and is very unhappy about the fact, also is waiting to burst out, like to remove it, but the emotions are so overpowering कि वो बाहर निकलता ही नहीं है. And yeah, so how do we...
So for some person who really keeps to himself, find a friend you can trust. And really take that effort. Tell that person that I'm not able to speak up. That person will help you to really come out of everything what is stuffed inside. The minute you've really vented out all what is in, believe me, then itself it will be 50% of the battle won. Once you've spoken all what you're feeling. But that should be to a person who will empathize with you. So it could be a friend, it could be a mentor, it could be a coach, it could be your mother, your father, whoever, who will give you a patient listening. जब आप वो चीजें बोलते हो ना, तब आपको खुद कहीं रियलाइज होता कि हाँ ये चीज तो मैंने खुद ही गलत assumption कर लिया. कई बार when we go through that entire thing, we only realize where did we go wrong. The other part could be when I'm talking to someone whom I trust, that person also will give me a new perspective. So that will also help me fight all these feelings. So once I speak out, I'll get a new perspective. When I get that new perspective, I'll understand. That is how I'll be able to really want to remove that burden which is there, which has made my heart heavy. And then I'll feel better. When I'm better, I can listen to the right things. When I'm not better, when I'm so burdened, कोई अगर दो अच्छी बातें भी बोल रहा है तो हमारे कान में जाती नहीं है. Because the first reaction is you don't know, you can't understand. So dear friends, don't live in this no one can understand. Find each one of us has at least one such person in life who you know when you go and share will listen to you. Find that one person. And if you don't have, please फाइंड अनदर वन, ढूंढो, हमारे आजू बाजू ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं, उस इंसान
बट
को एक ढूंढो एंड शेयर दीज फीलिंग्स विद देम. यस.
ओके, अगर आजकल आजकल ऐसा हो गया है कि हर, जैसे आपने बोला कि एडवाइस तो फ्री में लोग देते रहते हैं, ठीक है, तो अगर कोई ऐसा इंसान है उसके पास, अगर वो जितने भी आसपास के लोग हैं वो सारे ऐसे ही हैं कि वो एडवाइस दिए जा रहे हैं और सुनने से ज्यादा बोल रहे हैं, तो यू फाइनली हैव that you don't have anybody. So just in case, okay, hypothetically कि अगर ढूंढने से भी कोई ऐसा इंसान नहीं मिला जो आप बात कर रहे हो और वो नहीं सुन रहा है, तो क्या, what can somebody do?
Write to me, I'll help you. That's my job. I'm a coach.
परफेक्ट. सो एनीबडी हु फील्स कि आप, ऐसे काफी लोग हैं, मैंने देखा भी है और मेरे को मैसेजेस भी आए हैं कि मेरे पास कोई नहीं है बात करने को, मैं माँ बाप से नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि वो परेशान हो जाएंगे, दोस्तों नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि मुझे डर है कि वो शायद जज करे, और अगर मैं बताता भी हूँ तो वो ऐसे बोलते हैं कि यार, अरे यार तू पागल है क्या, इतना क्यों सोच रहा है, अरे तू ये, अरे तू, तो वो फिर इंसान अंदर रह जाता है कि यार मैं बोलूं तो कैसे, चाहे वो लोग जो उसके दोस्त हैं उनका इंटेंशन खराब नहीं है, बट वो मूड लाइट करने के लिए, अरे यार ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, पता, वो ध्यान डाइवर्ट, तो वो बातें बाहर निकल नहीं पाती. तो
True.
now I will tell them to directly speak to you, send you a long message, and you can reply.